Hey there, welcome back to Switch Top, your go-to channel for all things Nintendo Switch. I'm absolutely pumped to share with you the top 35 best single-player games on Nintendo Switch. The Legend of Zelda. Echoes of Wisdom. This game flips everything you know about Zelda upside down. You actually play as Princess Zelda herself. The story starts when Link gets sucked into mysterious rifts that are tearing Hyrule apart, and it's up to Zelda to save him for once. The coolest part is the Echo ability. Instead of swinging a sword, you copy objects and enemies you've seen before and use them to solve puzzles. Need to reach a high platform? Copy a table and stack them up. Want to fight a monster? Copy another monster to battle for you. It's like having a magical copy machine that works on everything. The game makes you think creatively about every situation. Crypt Custodian. You play as Pluto, a cat who dies and becomes a janitor in the afterlife. Sounds weird, but stick with me. The story follows Pluto as he cleans up the Palace of the Afterlife while uncovering dark secrets about why he's really there. This is a Metroidvania game where you explore a huge interconnected world, but instead of shooting enemies, you use cleaning tools like mops and brooms as weapons. You'll unlock new cleaning abilities that let you access previously blocked areas, like a soap bubble that lets you float to higher platforms. The pixel art is gorgeous, and the story deals with heavy themes like death and purpose, but in a way that's touching rather than depressing. It's surprisingly deep for a game about a janitor cat. Grapple dogs, cosmic canines. Pablo the dog is back, and this time he's swinging through space. The story has Pablo and his crew traveling across different planets to stop an evil empire from taking over the galaxy. This is pure platforming joy. You use Pablo's grappling hook to swing from point to point at breakneck speed. The physics feel perfect. You'll chain swings together to build momentum and launch yourself across huge gaps. Each planet has unique mechanics like gravity switches or bouncy surfaces that change how you move. There are gems to collect and secret areas to find, but the real fun is just mastering the swinging mechanics. When you get in the zone, you'll feel like Spider-Man flying through colorful alien worlds. It's addictive in the best way. Neva. From the creators of Gress comes this emotional journey about a young woman named Alba and her wolf companion Neva. After a dark event corrupts their world, Alba and Neva must travel together through a dying landscape that changes with the seasons. The wolf starts as a playful pup but grows stronger as you progress, eventually becoming your partner in combat against shadow creatures. The gameplay mixes simple platforming with light combat. You have a sword for fighting, but most challenges involve working together with Neva to solve environmental puzzles. The art style is breathtaking, like playing through a moving painting, and the story explores themes of loss, growth, and the bond between companions. It's short but incredibly impactful, the kind of game that stays with you long after the credits roll. Luigi's Mansion 3. Luigi gets invited to a fancy hotel vacation with Mario and friends, but surprise, it's actually a trap set by King Boo. The hotel is haunted and Luigi has to rescue everyone using his trusty poltergust vacuum cleaner. Each floor of the hotel has a different theme, like a medieval castle or pirate ship, with unique ghosts and puzzles to match. The best new addition is Gooigi, a green slime copy of Luigi that can squeeze through tight spaces and help solve puzzles. You can play co-op with a friend controlling Gooigi, which makes everything more fun. The ghost catching mechanics are simple. Stun ghosts with your flashlight, then vacuum them up while they struggle. The game is full of charm and humor, with amazing attention to detail in every room. It's spooky but never scary enough to give you nightmares. The Legend of Heroes trails through Daybreak. This JRPG puts you in the shoes of Van Arkride, a Spriggan, basically a problem solver for hire, working in a city caught between different political factions. When Van takes on what seems like a simple job, he gets pulled into a conspiracy that threatens the entire Republic. The turn-based combat system lets you position your characters on a grid battlefield, with special attacks that can hit multiple enemies based on their placement. You'll spend time exploring the city, taking on side jobs, and building relationships with a huge cast of characters. The story is political and complex, dealing with themes of corruption and justice without being preachy. What makes this special is how every NPC has their own story that evolves as you progress. The world feels truly alive. It's a meaty RPG that will easily give you 60+ hours of content.
I'll dice you up! Keep it up!
Grant them life! White shield!
Thanks, pal.
Ben! Activating skill!
Take that!
Momodora. Moonlit Farewell. This is the final game in the beloved Momodora series, and it's the most beautiful one yet. You play as a priestess on a pilgrimage to purify a cursed land, armed with a magical leaf that serves as both weapon and shield. The gameplay is classic 2D action platforming with tight controls and challenging combat that requires precise timing. You can attack with your leaf, use it as a shield, or charge up powerful special moves. The world is interconnected like a Metroidvania, with new abilities opening up previously inaccessible areas. Boss fights are intense but fair, requiring you to learn attack patterns and react quickly. The pixel art is absolutely stunning. Every area feels handcrafted with incredible attention to details. Animal Well. This might look like a simple pixel art game, but don't be fooled. It's one of the most clever puzzle platformers ever made. You play as a small blob exploring a mysterious underground world filled with strange animals and ancient machinery. There's no combat. Instead, you solve environmental puzzles using items like a frisbee, yo-yo, and bubble wand in creative ways. The genius is in how the game teaches you its rules through experimentation rather than tutorials. You'll discover that animals react to different items in specific ways, and figuring out these interactions is incredibly satisfying. The world is packed with secrets. Some players are still discovering new mysteries months after release. Every screen has multiple layers of puzzles, from simple traversal challenges to mind-bending meta puzzles that will have you taking notes. Ender Magnolia, Bloom in the Mist. Set in a world where artificial life forms called homunculi have gone berserk, you play as Lilac, a girl with the power to purify corrupted creatures. The story explores what it means to be alive and whether artificial beings have souls, as Lilac discovers the truth behind the disaster that destroyed civilization. This is a Metroidvania with gorgeous hand-drawn art and fluid combat that focuses on purifying enemies rather than destroying them. Each purified homunculus becomes a spirit that grants you new abilities. Some help you in combat, while others provide movement options, like double jumping or wall climbing. The world design is masterful, with interconnected areas that gradually open up as you gain new powers. Combat feels graceful and rhythmic, more like a dance than a fight. Star Ocean, the second story. This is how you remake a classic JRPG. The story follows Claude, a young Federation officer who gets stranded on an underdeveloped planet and must find a way home while helping the locals fight against an ancient evil. You can choose to play as either Claude or Reyna, which gives you different perspectives on events and party members. The real-time combat system lets you control one character while the AI handles the others, but you can switch between party members instantly during battle. The private action system is genius. In towns, you can split up your party and trigger different scenes based on who you talk to and where you go. This affects relationships between characters and can lead to different endings. The remake adds beautiful 2D HD visuals that make everything pop while keeping the original's charm.
I managed to break.
思ったより弱かったわね。
Dave the Diver. Dave runs a sushi restaurant by day and dives underwater by night. Sounds crazy, but it works. The story follows Dave as he explores the mysterious blue hole ocean depths to catch fish for his restaurant while uncovering ancient secrets. During the day, you manage the sushi bar, hire staff, and serve customers. At night, you dive deep underwater with limited oxygen, catching fish and fighting sea creatures. The deeper you go, the weirder things get. You'll find ancient ruins and face bizarre monsters. What makes this special is how both parts connect. The fish you catch become dishes you serve, and restaurant profits buy better diving gear. The game mixes management sim with underwater adventure perfectly. It's addictive because there's always something new to discover in the depths, and your restaurant keeps growing with each successful dive. Metroid Prime Remastered. Samus Aran lands on planet Talon 4 to hunt down her nemesis, the space pirate leader Ridley, but discovers the planet is corrupted by a radioactive substance called Phazon. This first-person adventure mixes shooting with puzzle solving and exploration. You'll scan objects to learn about the world's history while using Samus's arm cannon to blast enemies and her morph ball to roll through tight spaces. The game is built around getting new abilities that unlock previously blocked areas. Classic Metroidvania design. What sets this apart is how smoothly it plays with either traditional controls or motion aiming. The remaster looks absolutely stunning on Switch with updated textures and lighting. Every room feels like a puzzle to solve, whether you're figuring out how to reach a high platform or finding the right weapon to break through barriers.
Recording to logbook.
Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown. You play as Sargon, a warrior who can manipulate time, searching for the kidnapped prince in a cursed city where time itself is broken. This 2D Metroidvania brings back the classic Prince of Persia parkour with modern twists. Sargon can run on walls, slide under obstacles, and use time powers like slowing down enemy attacks or rewinding his own mistakes. Combat is all about timing. You can parry enemy attacks perfectly to create openings for counterattacks. The time manipulation isn't just for show. You'll use it to solve puzzles like freezing moving platforms or reversing broken bridges. Each area of the cursed city has different time distortions that affect gameplay in unique ways. The photo mode is genius. You can take pictures of puzzle solutions to remember them later. Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Kirby gets sucked through a mysterious portal and wakes up in a post-apocalyptic world where nature has reclaimed abandoned cities. The pink puffball must rescue the Waddle Dees, who are also pulled into this strange dimension. This is Kirby's first full 3D adventure, and it nails the transition perfectly. You can still inhale enemies to copy their abilities, but now you move freely in 3D spaces with platforming that feels just right. The new mouthful mode lets Kirby stretch his mouth around large objects like cars, vending machines, or even a whole staircase to solve puzzles. Each copy ability can be upgraded at Waddle Dee Town, your home base that grows as you rescue more Waddle Dees. The game strikes a perfect balance, easy enough for kids but with optional challenges that will test experienced players. Octopath Traveler II. 8 travelers with different goals cross paths in a world filled with political intrigue and personal drama. Each character has their own story: a dancer seeking revenge, a scholar chasing knowledge, a merchant building an empire. The turn-based combat uses a boost system where you save up points to make your attacks more powerful, and you can break enemy defenses by hitting their weaknesses. Each character has unique field abilities. The thief can steal items, the cleric can guide NPCs to new locations, the merchant can buy rare items. What makes this special is how the stories interconnect in ways you don't expect. The HD 2D art style looks like a pop-up book come to life, with gorgeous lighting effects on detailed pixel art. Side quests aren't just fetch missions, they're full stories with multiple outcomes based on how you use different character abilities.
What's our plan of attack? My spear shall strike through!
This isn't over.
Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Mario visits the Flower Kingdom and accidentally touches a Wonder Flower, which makes reality go completely nuts. Bowser fuses with Prince Florian's castle and starts spreading chaos across the kingdom. This 2D Mario game reinvents the formula with wonder effects that transform levels in wild ways. You might turn into a Goomba, the level might flip upside down, or pipes might grow legs and start walking around. The new elephant power-up lets you break blocks with your trunk and spray water to grow plants or knock out enemies. You can play as Mario, Luigi, Peach, Daisy, or different colored Yoshis, each with slightly different abilities. The badge system lets you equip special powers like wall jumping or starting with a power-up. Online features let you leave helpful items for other players or see their ghost data. Blasphemous 2. The penitent one awakens in a world still plagued by religious horror and must prevent a prophesied child from being born. This dark Metroidvania is set in a twisted religious nightmare where you explore an interconnected world filled with disturbing imagery and challenging platforming. Combat focuses on timing. You have a sword for quick attacks, but learning enemy patterns is crucial for survival. You can perform brutal execution moves on stunned enemies for extra damage. The game features 3 different weapons you can swap between, each with unique movesets and upgrade paths. Prayer beads and rosary charms let you customize your abilities for different playstyles. What sets this apart is the incredible pixel art. Every area is beautifully detailed despite the dark subject matter. Boss fights are intense spectacles that test everything you've learned. Spelunky 2. You play as Anna Spelunky, searching for her missing parents in underground caverns that change every time you play. This roguelike platformer is all about learning through failure. Each death teaches you something new about the game's systems. You start each run with just a whip and some ropes, but you can find or buy better equipment as you go deeper. The physics are incredibly detailed. Everything interacts realistically, so you can use enemies' own attacks against them, or create chain reactions with explosives. Each area has different themes and dangers, from spider-filled caves to lava-filled volcanoes. What makes this brilliant is how every element serves multiple purposes. A spider web can catch you if you fall, but you can also use it to slow your descent or catch thrown objects. Sifu. You play as a young kung fu student whose family was murdered by assassins. Armed with a magical talisman that resurrects you, but ages you each time you die, you hunt down the 5 killers for revenge. The combat system is all about mastering kung fu. You can punch, kick, dodge, parry, and use environmental objects as weapons. What makes this special is the aging mechanic. Every death makes you older and stronger, but gives you less health. Die too many times, and you'll permanently age past your limit, forcing forcing you to restart. You'll learn enemy attack patterns through repetition, getting better with each attempt. The game rewards defensive play. Perfect dodges and parries build up focus that lets you perform devastating takedowns. Each level is a masterpiece of environmental storytelling, from a nightclub to a museum to a corporate tower. Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. This package gives you two incredible Mario experiences in one. The main game is a 3D platformer where up to 4 players can work together or compete through creative levels filled with secrets and power-ups. The Catsuit power-up lets you climb walls and pounce on enemies, opening up new ways to explore each stage. Bowser's Fury is a brand new open-world adventure where Mario teams up with Bowser Jr. to stop a kaiju-sized Bowser who randomly appears to wreck everything. You collect cat shines by completing objectives across interconnected islands, with Giga Cat Mario transformations for epic boss battles. Both games run at smooth 60 frames per second with gorgeous visuals that showcase the Switch's capabilities. The level design is Nintendo at their absolute best. Every stage introduces new ideas and mechanics that are immediately understandable but surprisingly deep. Tunic. You play as a cute fox exploring a mysterious world filled with ancient ruins and dangerous creatures. The story unfolds through discovering pages of an old-school instruction manual that teaches you how to play while revealing the world's secrets. This isometric adventure feels like classic Zelda mixed with Dark Souls. You'll fight enemies, solve puzzles, and explore interconnected areas. Combat requires timing and patience as you learn to dodge, block, and strike at the right moments. What makes Tunic special is how it teaches you through discovery rather than tutorials. You'll find manual pages that show new combat moves, map locations, or even hint at secret areas. The world is full of hidden passages and clever puzzles that reward careful observation. The art style looks simple but hides incredible depth. Every area has secrets waiting to be found. Persona 4 Golden. You're a high school student who moves to a small countryside town where people are mysteriously disappearing into TV screens. Along with your new friends, you must enter an alternate world inside the TV to rescue victims and solve the case. This JRPG perfectly balances dungeon crawling with daily life simulation. During the day, you attend school, hang out with friends, and build relationships that make your personas, magical creatures, stronger in battle. The turn-based combat focuses on exploiting enemy weaknesses to get extra turns and perform devastating all-out attacks. Each party member has their own persona with unique abilities, and you can fuse personas together to create more powerful ones. The social link system is brilliant. The stronger your friendships, the more powerful your combat abilities become. The murder mystery story tackles serious themes like identity and truth while maintaining humor and heart.
Chie-chan, that's one! Man, wake up! Counting on you! It's down!
Astral Chain. In a cyberpunk future, humanity lives in a massive city while fighting interdimensional creatures called chimeras. You play as a rookie cop who gets paired with a captured chimera called a Legion that fights alongside you. The combat system is unlike anything else. You control your character while your Legion moves independently, creating combo opportunities and strategic positioning. You can command your Legion to attack enemies, bind them with chains, or solve environmental puzzles by working together. Between action sequences, you'll investigate crime scenes, question witnesses, and piece together clues in detailed detective segments. The game features 5 different Legion types, each with unique abilities both in combat and exploration. The Sword Legion focuses on melee attacks, while the Beast Legion can track scents and dig up hidden items.
I found someone who needs evac. Got an officer down. Someone come give me a hand over here.
The Legend of Zelda, Skyward Sword HD. Link lives on a floating island in the sky until his childhood friend Zelda is knocked down to the surface world by a tornado. Armed with the Master Sword and guided by its spirit Fi, Link must explore the dangerous lands below to rescue Zelda and uncover the truth about their world. This is the origin story of the Master Sword and shows how the eternal conflict between Link, Zelda, and Ganon began. The HD version fixes the original's control issues by letting you use button controls instead of motion controls, making combat much more responsive. You'll solve puzzles and fight enemies using sword techniques like skyward strikes and shield bashes. The game features some of the series' best dungeons, with the Ancient Cistern and Sand Ship being absolute masterpieces of design. Paper Mario, the 1,000-Year Door. Mario receives a letter from Princess Peach asking him to come to Rogueport to search for a legendary treasure. When he arrives, Peach is missing, and Mario must collect 7 crystal stars to open the 1,000-Year Door and save her. This RPG features turn-based combat with action commands. Timing button presses perfectly increases damage and reduces enemy attacks. Mario can transform into a paper airplane, turn sideways to slip through cracks, or roll up into a tube to fit through small spaces. Your party members each have unique abilities both in combat and exploration. Goombella can give you information about enemies, while Flurry can blow away obstacles. The writing is absolutely hilarious, filled with clever jokes and memorable characters that break the fourth wall constantly. Suikoden 1 and 2 HD Remastered. These classic JRPGs tell connected stories of political intrigue and rebellion. In the first game, you're a young Imperial Guard who discovers corruption in your own army and leads a revolution. The second game follows the son of a hero from the first war as he faces a new conflict. Both games feature the unique 108 Stars of Destiny system. You can recruit 108 different characters to join your cause, each with their own abilities and backstories. Combat alternates between standard turn-based battles with your party, massive army battles where you command troops, and one-on-one duels that play like rock, paper, scissors with psychological elements. What makes these special is how your choices in recruiting characters affect the story and endings. The political stories are mature and complex, dealing with themes of war, loyalty, and the cost of leadership. NieR Automata, the end of Yorhei Edition. In a post-apocalyptic future, androids 2B and 9S fight against machine invaders on behalf of humanity, who have fled to the moon. What starts as a simple war story becomes a mind-bending exploration of consciousness, purpose, and what it means to be alive. The gameplay seamlessly blends hack-and-slash combat with bullet hell shooting sequences and platforming sections. You can customize your android with chips that modify everything from attack power to movement speed, creating different playstyles. The game requires multiple playthroughs to see the full story, but each playthrough adds new perspectives and reveals different aspects of the plot. Combat is fluid and satisfying. You can combo light and heavy attacks while your pod provides supporting fire and special abilities.
Laser communications recovered.
Abby, I'm transmitting your pod token.
Monster Hunter Rise. You're a hunter in the village of Komora, which faces attacks from monsters driven mad by the Rampage, a mysterious phenomenon causing creatures to swarm settlements. Using traditional weapons and new tools called wire bugs, you must hunt increasingly dangerous monsters to protect your home. The wire bug system revolutionizes combat by letting you zip around the battlefield, perform aerial attacks, and recover quickly from knockdowns. Each of the 14 weapon types has unique wire bug skills that completely change how how they play. The new Palamute dog companions can be ridden for faster traversal and provide combat support alongside your Palico cat partners. Hunting monsters involves studying their behaviors, crafting the right equipment, and executing precise attacks on weak points. The satisfaction of taking down a massive creature after a 20-minute battle is incredible.
Over there.
Metroid Dread. Samus receives a signal suggesting the X-parasites still exist on planet ZDR, so she investigates to eliminate this threat once and for all. Upon arrival, she encounters deadly EMMI robots and a mysterious Chozo warrior who strips away most of her abilities. This 2D Metroidvania brings the series into the modern era with incredibly fluid movement and satisfying combat. The EMMI zones create intense cat-and-mouse gameplay where you must sneak past nearly indestructible robots that hunt you relentlessly. Samus feels more agile than ever, with new abilities like the slide and dash melee that keep combat fast-paced. You'll gain classic power-ups like the Morph Ball and Screw Attack alongside new abilities that open up previously inaccessible areas. The counter system rewards perfect timing with devastating counterattacks that make combat feel dynamic and skill-based. Boss battles are spectacular, requiring you to learn attack patterns and exploit brief openings. Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. Earth has been destroyed in an alien war, and humanity's survivors crash land on the planet Mira aboard city-sized ships. You create a custom character who joins Blade, an organization exploring this dangerous new world while searching for the missing Lifehold core that contains humanity's future. This massive JRPG features real-time combat where you control one party member while AI handles the others, but you can chain Art's special abilities together for devastating combos. The game world is absolutely enormous. Mira consists of 5 huge continents, each with unique environments, creatures, and secrets to discover. You'll eventually pilot giant mechs called Skells that let you fly around the world and fight massive monsters. The character customization is incredibly deep, with different classes that change your available weapons and abilities.
Open fire! Follow me!
Target in sight! Shadow strike!
Assault hammer!
Nice! Move in and do some damage!
Flame grenade!
Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. The evil Snowmads have invaded Donkey Kong Island and frozen it solid, forcing DK and his friends to journey through 5 different islands to take back their home. You'll play as Donkey Kong with the help of Diddy, Dixie, or Cranky Kong, each offering unique abilities. Diddy gives you a jetpack hover, Dixie lets you helicopter with her hair, and Cranky can bounce on spikes with his cane. The platforming is absolutely perfect with tight controls that make every jump feel precise. Each level introduces new mechanics and challenges, from minecart sequences to underwater swimming sections. The real magic is in how the incredible soundtrack by David Wise syncs perfectly with the gameplay. You'll find yourself moving to the beat as you collect bananas and defeat enemies. Boss battles are epic spectacles that require pattern recognition and quick reflexes. Hollow Knight. You play as a small knight exploring the ruined kingdom of Hallownest, where an infection has turned most bugs into mindless zombies. Armed with only a nail, sword, and determination, you must uncover the truth behind the kingdom's fall while gaining new abilities that let you reach previously inaccessible areas. This Metroidvania masterpiece features challenging but fair combat where timing and positioning are everything. You'll collect soul from defeated enemies to either heal yourself or cast powerful spells like fireballs and healing aura. The charm system lets you equip different combinations of abilities to customize your playstyle. Some boost your attack power, others give you extra health or new movement options. What makes Hollow Knight special is its incredible atmosphere created through stunning hand-drawn art and a haunting soundtrack. Persona 5 Royal. You're a high school student falsely accused of assault who gets transferred to Tokyo, where you discover the power to enter people's hearts and steal their corrupt desires. By day, you attend school and build relationships with classmates and adults around the city. By night, you lead the Phantom Thieves into supernatural palaces to change the hearts of corrupt adults who abuse their power. The turn-based combat focuses on exploiting enemy weaknesses to knock them down, then performing devastating all-out attacks with your entire team. You can negotiate with demons to make them join your team as personas, which are manifestations of your inner self that grant magical abilities. The social simulation aspects are just as important. Building relationships with confidants unlocks new abilities and makes your personas stronger.
But this time,
Persona, go down!
Xenoblade Chronicles 3. This epic JRPG brings together the worlds of Xenoblade Chronicles 1 and 2 in a story about 6 soldiers from warring nations who discover they're being manipulated by a higher power. You control Noah, a soldier whose job is to send off fallen comrades, as he teams up with warriors from both sides to break the cycle of endless war. The real-time combat system lets you control one character while AI handles the others, but you can chain art special abilities together for massive combo attacks. The class system allows any character to learn abilities from different weapon types, creating incredible customization options. What makes this special is the Ouroboros system. Pairs of characters can fuse together into powerful forms with unique abilities during boss battles. Hades. You play as Zagros, the son of Hades, who's trying to escape the underworld to find his missing mother and learn the truth about his family. Each escape attempt takes you through randomly generated chambers filled with enemies, but death isn't the end. It's part of the story. When you die, you return to the House of Hades, where you can talk to other characters, upgrade your abilities, and learn more about the complex relationships between the Greek gods. The combat is fast and fluid with 4 different weapons that completely change your playstyle. The sword focuses on quick combos, while the bow lets you attack from a distance. During each run, you'll receive boons from Olympic gods that modify your abilities in dramatic ways. Zeus adds lightning to your attacks, while Poseidon creates powerful knockback effects. And there you have it, the 35 best single-player games on Nintendo Switch. From challenging platformers to epic RPGs, these games prove that solo gaming experiences are alive and well on Switch. Which of these games is your favorite? Are there any single-player Switch games you think should have made this list? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button if this video helped you find your next gaming obsession, and subscribe to Switch Top for more Nintendo Switch content. I've got some incredible reviews coming up that you won't want to miss. Until next time.